Back on HQ Post Round, presented by Bank of America. Positioned never better. Rory McIlroy entering the final round in a place he knows before, but as a young man back in 2011. And we'd rather not recount what happened with a 4-shot lead in hand. McIlroy cutting a final round 80. Sunday, perhaps something special for McIlroy. Back with Rick Gehman and Michael Breen here to set the stage for Sunday at the Masters. It's a day we dream of all other 364, and it's here in quite the cast of characters that we have. The past, it's something we know well for McIlroy and others, Michael, but how does the scar tissue at this place inform what you might see on Sunday?
Well, I mean, this is you really don't want to go down this path. And it's not just here, actually. It's also at Pinehurst. Mm-hmm. There is some scar tissue that comes out of Rory's mind. And the question is, what will be said to him by Bob Rattel? What will be shared with him from Brad Faxon? There's almost certainly going to be a phone call and a conversation with Tiger Woods. And what will be shared with him then? And let's not forget about the conversation that he had with Jack Nicklaus. I mean, these are people that no doubt are going to reach to him, either by text or by phone. And what Rory needs to do is there's going to be a difficult moment that's going to take place tomorrow. There's going to be a time, much like what happened today, 8, 9, 10, 11. How is he going to work through that? And is it going to be one of those mindsets of, here we go again? Or is it going to be one of those mindsets of, you know what, I can conquer this. I hit a bad shot. It's okay. The wheels are not coming off. You just made a bogey. Let's now deal with this next shot. And I look at this through the lens of, he has got to make sure that he keeps his mind in the one shot at a time business. And Rick, let's not forget what happened on 15 on Thursday. He hit that shot into the water. He completely forgot that he could have played another shot from right where he was. And he talked about that on Friday. He said, I didn't even know, I forgot that I could do that. That's how out of sorts he got. And he needs to make sure he doesn't get into that frame of mind on Sunday when those troubles come upon him.
Yeah, these are not little demons, and there's not few of them. These are big demons, and there are many of them, right? He is trying to snap a decade-plus major championship drought after being a prolific major champion early in his career. He is trying to overcome the career Grand Slam, the missing leg of the career Grand Slam. And, oh, by the way, this is also a place that when we just saw the footage, you make the turn there at number 10 with a lead. That tee shot, God forbid he gets there with a multiple shot lead on Sunday. He's going to have to hit that same tee shot that we just saw end so poorly. So this is a perfect storm of Rory McIlroy having to face all of his demons over the course of 5.5 hours on Sunday at Augusta National. And I don't know how he is going to react to those. There is a chance to exercise all of them with one round of golf, but it is not going to come easy. And Michael's right. Things are not going to go perfectly throughout. You're going to have to overcome some mistakes or bad breaks or something that is going to change the mindset for Rory. And however he reacts to that will determine if he's our Masters champion or not.
It will be emotional upheaval one way or the other for Rory McIlroy on Sunday at the Masters. Again, a 2-shot lead over Bryson DeChambeau, who edged him out at Pinehurst within this last calendar year. Rick, when you look at what McIlroy accomplished on Saturday, in terms of the way that he took his talent around this golf course, the way that he started, we've talked about patience throughout this week. What should the strategy look like for McIlroy and for DeChambeau on Sunday?
Well, very similar to what he's done over the last 2 days. He drove it so well, especially early in the round. That's Rory McIlroy I'm referring to here, that he gives him such a big advantage with the driver. And, we've been talking about this week so much. I feel like we've broken down every one of Rory McIlroy's holes at some point or shots this week. And he has objectively, to me, played the best golf, Michael. I mean, those 2 shots on Thursday, this could not be a 2-shot lead. This could very easily be a 6-shot lead. He has been by far the best player in this field this week. It is not particularly close. He just has to do the same thing again on Sunday.
Well, and he's played this way all year long. I mean, the guy's got 2 wins. Look, the whole thing is going to boil down to where he is in his mind and how he's able to ignore the noise. And there will be noise in his mind. There will be noise coming from people like us that are putting information out there. There's probably going to be something, back in 2011, he was at 12 under. He's at 12 under now. There's going to be these crazy things that people are going to reach to to try to make this a big moment. What he has to do is he has to stay away from the televisions, stay away from the papers, and that will be the hard part. That late tee time that will take place tomorrow in the 2:30 area, what does he do? We heard Scotty Scheffler talk about the amount of time in the morning, how difficult that's going to be. And so you start to think about all this and you put it all together. This will be a difficult moment from the time that it gets about 10 o'clock tonight until the time that it's about 2:30 tomorrow. It's going to be a very, very interesting time for Rory McIlroy. And the hope is, we all feel this way, the hope is that he's able to stay laser focused on what he has to do on that opening tee shot and every moment after that, singularly, not collectively.
It will be one way or the other an exciting Sunday here on CBS. And fellas, our last 8 champions have come out of a final pairing, which means we will have a 57th member of that elite group, either Bryson or Rory slipping on a green jacket, not to do away with the rest of this leaderboard, but it looks like 2 are head and shoulders above the others. Michael, this tournament has a way of sorting things out before the stretch run. If we look back in recent memory, 2022, Scotty Scheffler largely unchallenged after the second hole. We had 30 holes between Rahm and Brooks in 2023, with Rahm racing past Brooks at a certain point there around Amen Corner. Scotty largely unfettered a year ago as well. Is this the year where we finally get one of those classic Masters good to the last drop on 18 green?
You know, it's an interesting one because they've got a significant enough lead over the majority of the field. There's one player who's sitting there at 8 under par, but everybody else is at 6 or less. And what you worry about, what I worry about, is do they just joust a little bit, and do they play a little bit cautious, and do they kind of stop going after hole locations that they should be going after? Do they maintain that sort of aggressiveness off the tee that we saw from Rory, where he went out there and he took on that inside of the dogleg at hole number 1 and then took on the bunker at hole number 2? And so the question is, do they just kind of joust here, or do they go out there and they try to make a statement? I think Bryson could go out there and make a statement. Yeah. You wonder what Rory will do.
It is interesting because Rory has been playing with essentially a reckless abandon the last 2 days after what he did on Thursday. So he has been just gas pedal all the way down, and now he's got a 2-shot lead. And does that strategy change? Does he do what you're talking about, Michael, which is, okay, well, I don't need to take on all of these pins. I don't need to hit driver on all of these lines. Bryson has been in chase mode through the entirety of this tournament, and we know his demeanor, we know his attitude, we know his personality. That's not stopping. He is going to be incredibly aggressive, and he's going to try to do things that rattle Rory. I mean, that is the truth. He is going to try to turn this into a battle of personalities. He's going to try to get the crowd going. He tapped in for birdie on 16 in the 3rd round, and he looked around almost like, where's my applause? Give me more. I'm ready to go. I mean, he is going to ramp up the crowd. He is going to try to get into Rory McIlroy's head.
And by the way, there's a lot of people in there already in Rory McIlroy's head. I don't think that he wants to let anybody else in there. And Bryson, by the way, he doesn't have any demons like Rory has demons. He doesn't have that. He's got, hey, I took him down at Pinehurst. I hit maybe the most memorable shot of 2024 out of that bunker, and I've done what I needed to do to win that. So I kind of feel like, 2 shots, it can happen quickly here at Augusta National. It can evaporate fast, and we'll see what happens.
The last time we saw a birdie at the last to win by 1, all the way back in 2004, when Phil left Earth for but a moment to capture his green jacket. We can't wait for Sunday, fellas. One thing left to do. You've been given picks in the lead up to the Masters. We allow one more re-edit. Rick Gehman, your pick to win on Sunday.
Yeah, I want to say this first, Joe. I mean, enjoy this, right? In all likelihood, no offense to the rest of the field, either Bryson DeChambeau or Rory McIlroy is going to be a Masters champion tomorrow. That is an unbelievable statement and is going to change the face of professional golf. Rory McIlroy is going to either complete the career Grand Slam and just end this decade-plus winless drought in major championships, or Bryson DeChambeau is going to have more majors than Scotty Scheffler. He's going to hold both the U.S. Open and the Masters title at the same time. He's going to win a big one for LIV. I mean, this is good versus evil. Both sides think their guy is the hero, right? It is going to be incredible theater. I cannot wait for it. But with all that being said, I'll go back to my point earlier. Rory's been the best player in the field this week. It has not been close. I am terrified. I am worried. I am hopeful, Michael. I think Rory McIlroy gets it done.
I'm with you on this one. I was going to say Sonia Henny's out, so I'm going to go with Rory McIlroy. This one to me is this is kind of a fun one because what your heart wants Rory. That's where you are. Your heart wants Rory McIlroy. You've been rooting for him. You've seen him overcome some demons. You've seen him experience an unimaginable missed putt a year ago at a U.S. Open at Pinehurst, and you're kind of like, okay, it's got to be his time. And he's going to do something here that hasn't been done in 90 years. It was done by Eugenio Saraceni back in 1935. Yeah, that guy Gene Sarazen that we called when he made that shot on the 15th for that double eagle. Well, Rory McIlroy, if he wins, he will do what Gene Sarazen did 90 years ago. He clinched his career Grand Slam here at Augusta National. Those would be the only two people that will have done that. I'm rooting for that kind of history, and I hope Rory gets it done, so I'm saying Rory McIlroy.
Time between, and these next few hours could feel like an eternity for Rory McIlroy as he waits that late tee time on Sunday. Rick Gehman, Michael Breen, sleep fast, and we will see you on Sunday. What a day we have in store. Cancel the plans, ladies and gentlemen. Be with us on CBS, Paramount Plus, and post-round here on CBS Sports HQ. All your Masters needs met and exceeded. Join us on Masters Sunday.